Hey everybody, Justin Worden, and you're watching What's New in Electronics. We are here on the final day of IPC Apex 2024. We're up in Anaheim, California. I got Jim Doyle, the CEO of NeoTech with me. How are you today?
I'm great, Justin. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you taking the time. And to be honest, typically I have someone with a PhD sitting in these seats, and I'm not saying you don't, but these conversations like to go like tech driven, like what we do and all that. But if you don't mind, I want to go in a different direction today. I want to talk about the culture of NeoTech. I want to talk about the business of NeoTech. Not so much what you do, but who you are.
Oh, that's a great topic. So NeoTech next year is going to be our 50th anniversary. So we've been around for a long time. The culture is truly, we do what we say and we say what we do. It's an amazing group of people. We've designed the company around basically a different idea. You always hear about design for manufacturing or quality. We're designed for excellence. It's DFX. And that incorporates everything in the business, from supply chain at the front end to how we actually design for manufacturing, including tests. This all culminates around engineering. So when we get a new customer, we design for excellence. Our quality is bar none the best in the industry.
Not only is the technology really good, and I've had the pleasure of visiting one of your locations. You have multiple locations. You guys are a large company, right? And you use the best technology. You invest back into your business. But I really think the takeaway of NeoTech is the people that are inside.
It is. There's so much experience and so much knowledge that we've built up over the years. We have over 1 million square feet of manufacturing, actually 1.3 million square feet. We're in multiple countries. We've got a large footprint here in the United States for our A&D division, our aerospace and defense. But we incorporate all of those lessons learned, not just in the US, but also in Mexico and China. So those people really drive that innovation, and we're investing in innovation. We have to stay ahead to be able to compete.
Well, yeah, in this industry specifically, I mean, things are always changing. And right now, we're at a pivotal time in the industry where so many things are changing, like kind of too fast, but we're kind of hanging on to the old. How are you guys balancing that?
Well, I think for us, it's about looking at the youth. How do we bring in and partner with universities? How do we partner with young talent? How do we leverage a lot of the things that are coming up, like AI as an example? We're continually looking at new technologies, making sure that we're developing our new employees and staffing appropriately, and trying to spread that message throughout the entire company.
Well, I think something that's very important, when you get to a level as far as the size of your company, right? I mean, you have that big company production, but you also have that small company feeling,
Yes.
and that kind of grows through your people, right?
It does. We like to look at ourselves as we are a tier 1 contract manufacturer, EMS supplier, but we've got all the technology, all the innovation, all the automation. When you look at the show here, we know everyone here. We work with them every day. But couple that to how we actually put things on the floor, how we innovate, how we research and develop. That's really what makes us different. We're big enough for tier 1, but we're small enough that we care about our customer. We communicate with them. They're part of that design for excellence that I talked about. The customer is at the forefront of that.
Well, the one thing that I'm sure is very challenging in your position is making sure when you make these investments, you're constantly investing back into the business, but how do you make sure you're investing into the right product so that it's not outdated a year later?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. It's a hard question, right? To be able to look forward, to look at the trends in the marketplace, to look at where we've come from just in the last few years. How many changes have happened on the supply chain side due to COVID, right? Inventory, just in time has moved to just in time for manufacturing, right? So to look at the investments have to do with time, how we're actually going to produce, how do we get things so we're always reliable, and high reliability is incredibly important, especially on some of our other sides. On our industrial medical side, it's just as important to understand inventory control and that supply chain. So making the right investments, making those investments not just in automation, but in how we do business is critical for our long-term success.
Yeah, and those investments are so important because it's a testament to your customer that you're there for the long haul and you're going to be able to support them as the future changes. Now, shifting back to the culture of NeoTech, one of the main things that everyone is struggling with is the labor force.
Oh, yeah.
It's hiring, and one thing I like to talk about is the retention aspect, right? I mean, you can recruit people, but retaining people is just as important. And I know that's one of your strengths over at NeoTech is you have a lot of employees, but you have a lot of happy employees as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that, again, goes back to the culture of 50 years. We believe in empowering people, right? If you think about a structure where decisions have to go to the top of the ladder and down, right? You lose time, you lose efficiency. For us, it's really at the manufacturing level. We empower people to innovate. We empower people to make decisions that will improve efficiencies. And we applaud that. You know, we have kudos, we try to celebrate those successes for even the little wins. So people really enjoy working with us because we respect them. And it really comes down to people. No matter how much automation you put in, it really does come down to the people. I agree with you.
Yeah, you know, I don't want this to turn into a recruitment video for NeoTech, but who knows, it might. But one thing I also know about NeoTech is you guys have a lot of promotion within. There's a lot of people that stay with the company and they can promote and learn. You know, and I think that comes from allowing people to take that risk and try to find a way to improve the company, you know, because that's one thing that's very challenging. There's so much risk in the workforce. Like some people are afraid to step outside the box and show the company that maybe we can do a little better.
Yeah, you know, you're seeing the trends change where innovation doesn't happen at the top. Innovation happens at the bottom. And I shouldn't say bottom, it just happens at all levels in the organization. For us, it's about how to identify that. How to identify people that want to contribute, right? And not just empower them, but say, listen, this is an idea we want to try. We fail fast, we make mistakes, we learn from them, right? That continuous improvement is becoming more valuable than it was even in the past. So we need to iterate very quickly, be very agile, and continually work to always find efficiencies. And I think our employees really enjoy that. They enjoy the empowerment, they enjoy the opportunity, and they enjoy our customers. Our customers are a big part of that as well.
You know, I think we're going to end on that note because NeoTech, you guys are a technical company, but it's really all about the people. So we're going to end on that.
That's great.
Awesome.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.